The 5 absolute don'ts of a kitchen cabinet. If there's one mistake that I see homeowners make over and over again during a kitchen remodel, it's this. They spend tens of thousands of dollars on cabinets before they really understand what they're buying. For more than 15 years, I've been designing kitchen, managing cabinet installations, working with custom cabinet shops, semi-custom manufacturers, interior designers, and homeowners investing anywhere from $30 to $3 million in kitchen cabinetry or house cabinetry. And this is what I've learned. The difference between a kitchen that still looks incredible 15 years from now and the one that starts feeling outdated in 3 or 4 years usually isn't the countertop and it isn't the appliances. It's the cabinets. Cabinets are the largest visual investment in your kitchen, often the single biggest line item in your remodel budget, and they're also the hardest thing to change later. Once they're installed, you're not just replacing a piece of the kitchen, you're tearing out built-ins, disconnecting plumbing, moving appliances, and often redoing flooring or backsplash work just to change them. That's why cabinet mistakes, well, they're so expensive. So that's why I'm sharing the 5 absolute cabinet mistakes I would never make if I was remodeling my own kitchen. These are the mistakes I see every week on real job sites, not just online, and some of them could cost you thousands of dollars or seriously hurt your home's resale value. You want to learn more? Let's get in. The biggest mistake people make is falling in love with a cabinet color before they ever think about the overall design. The cabinet color might look incredible in a showroom or on Pinterest, but those environments are controlled. Showrooms use perfect lighting, neutral surroundings, and often professional photography. Your home could be completely different. Here's what actually changes how a cabinet color looks in real life. Natural light direction, north-facing versus south-facing rooms, artificial lighting temperature, warm versus cool LEDs, flooring undertones, warm oak versus cool tile, countertop reflectivity, quartz versus granite versus matte surfaces, wall colors and backsplash materials, even ceiling height and shadow lines. I've personally seen homeowners approve a perfect white cabinet sample only to install it and realize it reads yellow in their kitchen because of warm lighting and beige flooring, or a beautiful gray that suddenly feels kind of blue and cold once it's covering an entire room. And once cabinets are installed, you can't just adjust the color without refinishing or replacing, which can be extremely expensive. That's why professional kitchen design always starts with a full room composition first. Flooring, lighting plan, countertop selection, and cabinet layout. Color is the final layer, not the starting point. The best kitchens feel cohesive because every material was selected to work together under real conditions, not showroom conditions. Doors get all the attention because, well, they're what you see every day. But cabinet construction is what determines whether your kitchen still functions properly in 10 to 20 years. This is where most homeowners get, well, misled because 2 kitchens can look identical day one, but perform completely different over time. Here's what actually matters. Plywood versus particle board. Plywood holds screws better, resists moisture, and maintains structural integrity over time. Particle board is more vulnerable to swelling, especially around sinks and dishwashers where moisture is constant. Dovetail joints and solid wood boxes handle daily stress far better than stapled or glued alternatives. Cheap drawers often start separating or warping under normal use. Soft close hinges and full extension slides aren't just luxury features. They're there to prevent slamming damages and allow full access to storage. Low quality hardware, it wears out quickly and it will become misaligned or break. Also, weight capacity. Cheap shelving can bow over time, especially in pantry cabinets or under heavy dish storage. Better cabinets use stronger fastening systems that keep their boxes square, aligned after years of expansion and contraction. The reality is simple. Cabinets are used more than almost anything in your home. Every drawer gets opened multiple times a day. Every hinge cycles thousands of times per year. So when homeowners try to save money here, they're not just saving on materials, they're reducing the lifespan of their kitchen. The prettiest cabinet finish in the world doesn't matter if the structure behind it starts to fail. End of story. Instagram kitchens, they look amazing because they're designed to be photographed, not lived in. And that's where homeowners get into trouble. One of the most common mistakes I see is people copying a kitchen layout from social media without understanding how it's going to function in their daily life. Here's what usually happens. Beautiful kitchens with almost no usable storage. Tiny drawers that look clean, but they can't really hold anything practical. No dedicated pantry space, forcing clutter onto countertops. Corner cabinets that become dead zones or something that no one uses. No proper trash and recycling integration, and of course, no appliance storage, so counters stay permanently cluttered. A kitchen isn't about design feature, it's about a working system. And if the system doesn't support your lifestyle, it doesn't matter how good it looks. Before I design a single cabinet layout, I ask these questions. How many people cook in your kitchen at once? Do you cook daily or mostly reheat and snack? Do you entertain large groups of people or just small family meals? Do you bake? What equipment do you use? Do you buy groceries weekly or do you buy in bulk? Do you need kid accessible storage? Do you need safety and prep zones? Because these answers are different for each individual. For an example, a family that cooks every night needs deep drawers, large prep zones, and efficient cleanup flow. A couple that entertains needs, well, open serving space and hidden storage for appliances. A bulk shopper needs a tall pantry system with heavy-duty shelving. When you design around real behavior instead of inspiration photos, the kitchen becomes effortless to use. And that's the difference between a kitchen that looks good and one that actually works. Before we continue, I want to give you something that can save you thousands of dollars. I've created a completely free renovation playbook based on hundreds of real remodel projects. Inside, I cover the questions every homeowner should ask before ordering cabinets, signing a construction contract, or approving final drawings. It's as simple as that. The link's in my description. Click on it, go to the website, grab the free renovation playbook. You'll thank me later. And if you're planning a renovation anywhere in this country or even out of this country, I also work as a renovation consultant. My company has access to information all over the country, and I'm working on a few out of the country right now. So if you'd like a consultation with myself, you can also click the link in the description and send us an email. I've seen great kitchens dominate. Now everyone wants warm wood. And every time homeowners assume the current trend is a safe choice, well, but here's the truth that most people just don't realize. Trends don't just change visually, they change perception of value. A kitchen that feels modern today can feel dated in just a few years if it's too heavily tied to a specific design moment. The problem isn't trends themselves, the problem is overcommitting to them. Here's an example. Ultra-white kitchens can start to feel sterile if not balanced with warmth. Heavy gray tones can quickly feel flat or cold as a design shifts warmer. Extremely bold woods can start to look, well, into a specific era. That's why I always guide clients toward a timeless fundamental. Proportionated cabinet design, not overly trendy shapes and layouts, balanced materials, not a light or a dark. Natural, durable finishes that age well, and colors that they genuinely like, not just what's popular today online. Because a kitchen isn't a seasonal design choice. It's a long-term investment that should feel right for a decade. The goal isn't to impress people this year. The goal is to still love your kitchen 5 to 8 to 10 years from now. This one's going to surprise a lot of you guys. Most cabinet companies are extremely good at one thing, selling and building cabinets. Have you ever done a renovation or any type of project at home? You know, the spending, well, it ends up scattered all over the place. 3 different credit cards, a PayPal account you forgot you had, and then you sit down at the end of the month and just stare at all this stuff and you don't realize where all the money went. Monarch pulls all that together in one clean dashboard. Accounts, cards, loans, investments, reoccurring bills, all synced across 13,000 plus institutions. So guess what? I'm not having to do the detective work every time I want to know what I spent. The budgeting side separates fixed spending from flexible. And the AI-powered insights, this is the thing I like. It flags things I would definitely have scrolled past. And I can use it on my desktop or my phone or even my iPad, depending on which one I haven't lost on a job site. And you can ask my team about that. It's fully private and it's ad-free. That means you are the customer, not the product. No ads, no data selling. Link and promo code are on the screen. Go take a look. Your future self with more money will definitely thank you. But designing a kitchen is a completely different skill set. A cabinet designer is typically focused on maximizing cabinet sales, fitting standard cabinet sizes into a space, working within product catalogs and limitations. But a true custom kitchen design requires understanding electrical layout, appliance placement, plumbing locations, venting requirements, lighting design, shadow control, traffic flow, clearance spacing, floor transitions, material sequencing, structural walls, load-bearing constraints. Multiple trades interact during construction before the cabinets go up, and when these things aren't considered, problems show up later. Appliances don't fit properly, doors collide or block walkways, lighting doesn't hit and work the areas it's supposed to, storage looks good on paper but fails in real use. That's why the best kitchens aren't designed by starting with cabinets, they're designed by starting with how the space needs to function as a whole system. Cabinets are just one part of that system, not the foundation of it. And when you approach it that way, everything else falls into place. After managing a lot of kitchen remodels, I've learned a few things. The best kitchens are almost never the most expensive. They're the ones where every cabinet was designed with purpose, better storage, better workflow, even better construction. Planning is key. That's what creates a kitchen that still feels incredible 10 to 15 years later. If you're planning a remodel, come on, click that thing, download the free renovation playbook. And if you'd like another set of expert eyes on your cabinet plans before you spend thousands of dollars, we'd be happy to help. Click the link in the description for my consulting services. As always, thank you for watching Built by Becker, and we'll see you on the next one.